What's poppin', everybody? Hello and welcome to Popcorn Culture. My name is Ben Carlin and I am your host. Here with me today is my brother Jay, who will be in every episode.
What's up, Ben?
I know. I had like a
some gusto in there.
wheelie. It's not a voice crack, but it's like a voice kazoo.
Yeah, you voice kazooed.
Yeah, I did.
That's exactly what it was.
Here's a quick story. So over this past weekend, while we were out of town, somebody went through my truck.
Oh.
In the middle of the night.
Man.
I know. Yeah, they did the whole thing where they went in and shuffled all the bits and everything, and it was really strange because this has happened before, and I think I've talked about it on the Pop before.
Yeah.
But since then, I have installed one of those cameras that faces where we park our cars,
right?
And so now was the first time ever that I got to watch it.
You saw the rifling.
I saw the rifling, and it was eerie, beyond eerie to see, because there's already a sense of violation that comes with somebody who's not supposed to be in your space,
right,
being in your space.
Mm-hmm.
And usually what you find is the aftermath of the situation.
Yeah.
And so in this particular case, they went through both of our vehicles, both me and Alice's, and they had taken, Allie had this knockoff plastic, it looks like a Louis Vuitton bag, but it's obviously not a Louis Vuitton bag. It's you might bring it to the pool to carry your goggles or something, it's not like a designer handbag, but I think we got it, just somewhere along the way, and Addison had it full of drawings.
Oh, okay.
And so they went into Alice's car and took this bag thinking, it was a purse.
It was like a fancy purse. Yeah,
exactly. And then you watch them carry it from her car over to my truck, and they open the door, they go through the whole thing, they lift up the center console, they open the glove box, they're shifting through all the bits or whatever. They're wearing a
face covering,
so I always say the wrong thing, and it's the dessert, not like a balaclava.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a bandana.
Like a bandana across their face or whatever. And so even that's kind of creepy a little bit, because you're sort of wow, you've concealed yourself.
You know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing, yeah. But so then the two things that I found to be quite interesting about it is that whenever they shuffle the car, it's almost like they leave a calling card, which is leaving all the little compartments open.
Yeah.
And to me, the immediate thing that goes through my mind is that you would want to make it look like you weren't there.
Yeah, that's what I'm always surprised that the stuff is everywhere, because wouldn't it be smarter to leave it completely as is, minus whatever the missing item is?
Exactly. Yeah. So if you open up the center console and find that they keep a toll booth money or something in there, it's take that, leave,
right,
shut it again, and then they're not going to find out until they crack it open and they're oh man, I thought I had $10 in here for toll
right.
booths.
Yeah, they might not even notice or something.
Right. It's you're just asking for further investigation to be had, which to the best of my knowledge there usually isn't, even with the Ring camera. So it's I have them on video, but there's no way to identify who it is. But so the thing that I thought was interesting was that they go in there, they rifle through all the stuff or whatever. I don't think that they ended up taking anything, at least nothing that I've noticed, but they leave the things open. But what's fascinating is the gentle nature in which they opened and closed the door.
Because that's what they think is going to make noise.
That's what they think is going to make noise, absolutely. But it's interesting to see, to witness what feels like such aftermath in the inside the vehicle,
right?
And then this almost as if a butler or chauffeur or something in an old timey period drama, gently opens the door to allow the person to step out. It's wow, that was oddly elegant,
right?
The way that you shut the door, But then of course the other piece of it that just is you could be less lazy about it, but the bag that they took from Alice's car was full of hand drawings from Addison.
Right, sure.
And so they just pulled them all out thinking that it was going to be stuff, and then just littered it all across our sidewalk. So like Alice walked out the next morning, she saw the obvious like evidence of that. She looked down the sidewalk, she saw like all of these like, you know, drawings from Addison or whatever. And like on some level, I'm like, you know, like you absolutely cannot like booby trap your car, you know, for these types of things. Like there's always that feeling of like, wouldn't it just be like crazy to have like an air horn that went off if like somebody opened your center console?
Yeah.
Because for the most part, I don't use my center console. Like inside of mine, there's like a sack of like marbles that our grandmother gave me, like in a hand embroidered bag from when we were kids.
That's what's in your center console is a sack of marbles.
I think there's a sack of marbles. There's this. We went to Vermont several years ago, and our good buddy Big
What are you
Steve,
using the marbles for?
I'm not using them at all. I don't use the center console. That's why they're there.
You're throwing down like mad marble games on the playground?
I'm not using them.
I don't understand why you have a bag of marbles.
Somehow, some way, I was given a bag of marbles and didn't know where to...
You're like, maybe I should lay booby traps. I'm like, bro, you got a bag of marbles.
You know what?
You got it right here.
Right, that's it. Yeah, it's like the booby trap is just unarmed.
It's just unarmed,
It's very Home Alone-esque.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, then another piece I have in there is, you know, this is all killing my gas mileage, by the way.
The marbles?
Yeah,
because it's weighing you down.
I'm carrying so much extra weight.
Dude, there was nothing... When I was in college, like, you know... Once a semester, you know, I'd go through my backpack and actually clean it out of all the garbage.
Yeah, the detritus
and stuff. And I would just be like disgusted. Like I would be so disgusted with myself because I'd be like, I've just been carrying around trash with me everywhere. You know, like all day, every day. Apparently, what I needed as a part of my person was this trash. And I'm like, no, that was like my way. I was like, no, I cannot be carrying trash around with me all day, every day. We gotta fix this.
Gotta like up our game.
Yeah, we gotta up your game.
So is your backpack now immaculate?
I mean, yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so the other thing I have in my center console though is we went to Vermont several years ago, and Big Steve did this thing where he found this like very square piece of like slate rock, and he would be like sitting in like one of the Adirondack chairs, and he would like pretend to be like scrolling on his phone on the rock. And like it was like one of these things where throughout the course of the week he got us so many times.
So funny.
Where like, you know, or it'd be like, oh, we got to take a picture of this, and he would like reach in his pocket and
pull out the rock.
And so obviously I kept the rock. So that's in there.
So in your center console for someone to discover and steal is a sack of marbles and not a phone.
And not a phone.
Yeah.
Instead of rock that looks like a phone. In a way, that's a booby trap.
You know,
because they're like, score! Oh, man. Is this a rock?
If only.
It's a rock.
It's a rock.
Yeah.
I know it's a rock.
Yeah. And then I have a bunch of season football tickets from when we used to have those 2 Virginia Tech football games. Because, you know, we would go up to the game and I wanted to make sure I never forgot them. So at the beginning of the season, we'd get them in like, you know, one of those cool FedEx envelopes.
Yeah.
And I would go and put them in the center console so that we would always have all of our tickets.
Yeah.
And they're still there.
They're just still there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I'm always...
You need to be driving around with them at all times.
Of course.
Yeah.
My relationship with the things in my center console are like, I can't possibly let them go, but I also don't want them to be anywhere else.
Right, because then I won't know where my sack of marbles is.
or my not phone.
Or you're not a phone. Yeah.
Do
you know, they like sell like basically that exact product now. Just like, that's like a, you know, like a cut piece of like acrylic plastic that looks like is in the shape of a phone.
Okay.
Specifically so that it's like having a nicotine patch, but like a phone patch. So you can like stand in line and like pull out something and like give your hand the motion of scrolling without actually doing it.
Oh my gosh.
You know? Like, so, which I think is hilarious. So, you know, Steven, as just ahead of the game, with his iRock or whatever.
Exactly. He always has been too. Like, I remember all through college, like 2008, 2012, like Twitch streaming was technically a thing, but it was not mainstream. And I remember he would talk all the time. Like his $1 million idea was a TV channel because like cable was still a thing.
Yeah.
And he was like, I just want to watch people play video games. He's like, that's all I want to do is just like, you know, I want to watch other people play video games. And I was always like, dude, no one will ever want to do that.
How wrong you were.
How wrong I was. And then the other one he was an early adopter of was like the shorter cut like men's swim trunks.
Okay. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
like, and
like
so
chubbies.
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. But pre-chubbies.
Yeah.
And so he he would like, we would be in Vermont and he would like step out and he'd be rocking his, like mesh, cheetah print tank top and his 4-inch inseam.
4-inch inseam, yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, it was always like, well, yeah, and then it's like, sure enough, it's like, no, he's got it, like the world wasn't ready, but he's a visionary.
Right, there it is.
Like,
well, the thing is, like, if you wanted to be, ahead of the curve now, you could just start wearing really long swim trunks again.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm sure it's just going to cycle back,
It almost certainly will.
Yeah.
Almost certainly will. Yeah. So anyway, that was like my weekend extravaganza. But yeah, it's like, I always think like whenever this happens, I'm sort of like, it would be so funny if I could just have like a little thing that was like just a little alarming, not like dangerous, not harmful or anything, but just sort of like, like a Jack in the Box that like I just sort of keep like sprung down the entire time.
Oh man, yeah, something that would be great. A Jack in the Box in the center console would be great.
Or like 300 containers of those. Remember like the can of nuts?
The can of nuts, yeah. Just get
like,
those like spring loaded down there and be like, do not open the center console.
Right,
okay?
yes. Under any, but what would happen would be somebody would get in your car and they would just like out of curiosity crack it open, because sometimes people do that, I guess.
Yeah.
For the purposes of the story at least.
Yeah.
And they crack it open, it's just like
yeah.
And like 35 noodle length.
Like, do you know how hard it was to get 35 of them crunched down at the same time? Okay?
It was really difficult. Yeah.
I
had to shut the door really quick.
Really fast. Okay.
Yeah.
It has been shut for literally 90 days now.
Right.
Okay.
I know. And then, the other thing too is, so like we got home from our flight last night in the absolute middle of the night.
Yes.
And so, sure enough, I like was trying so hard not to have my dogs wake up the entire house as I like went to crack the door open. And I've got like one of those like keypads, on my door. And so I'm trying to like press the buttons or whatever. But as soon as the dogs hear me open the gate, they start barking like crazy. And then you're trying really hard to like press the buttons, but then I can't hear if I've touched the button over their barking to like undo like the deadbolt or whatever. And I'm like, because it's a touch screen too, which was the worst idea I've ever made. Touch screen lock thing.
Yeah.
It's horrible. You should have tactile buttons.
Right. Yeah.
Pro tip.
Made it worse.
Yeah. But anyway, so then I let the dogs out and we're like out standing around the yard, and I was like, what's crazy? It's like, it's about this time that those people came through, and it's like, how wild would it be if you like looked over and just saw somebody like with a mask walking down the street, and I'm like, you're the guy.
They're the guy.
I know you.
Is there a part of you that wants to just like be like, I'm gonna like spend like a week just camping in the bushes just to see? Can I get him?
I know. Yeah, it's like just like spark up a conversation, or like like they
spark up a conversation.
Yeah, like they're like digging through the thing or whatever, and you like walk up behind them, and like, well, hello there,
dude. No, you spray him with a hose.
Spray him with a hose.
Just like.
Oh, I mean, that's
just
not bad.
absolutely blast them.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Right in the face,
Yeah.
And they'll be like, what's wrong with you? And I'll be like, excuse me? Were you not robbing me?
You think they would say, what's wrong with you? Like, their context would be so lacking that they would be like, hey.
Yeah, they'd be like annoyed. They'd be annoyed at you for sure.
I mean, they would certainly be annoyed.
Yeah. You get the water in their eyes, then they can't see. Then you just like tackle them to the ground and figure out who they are and take a picture and then run.
Right.
Then what are they going to do?
I mean,
then they're going to be like, oh crap.
You know what else is crazy though, is just to think about the fact that it's like I go to my corner store, all the time.
All the time.
You know how I love a convenience store.
I know you're a convenience store enthusiast.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I truly am.
I know.
I appreciate it. Yeah. I just love a convenience store. They're so convenient. And everywhere I've ever lived, I've always found like my one.
Yeah.
Like I know the staff.
Yeah.
I'm like I'll pop in. How are your kids? You
Right.
Got to do the thing. I talk too much. To people.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You're good.
Just everyone's a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's entirely possible that like I could just like be in the convenience store and it's like they're just like standing there. And
right.
It's
They
like,
could just be there.
It's like, hey, you've robbed me.
Right.
Hey.
Hey. What do you know?
Ben, nice to meet you.
Yeah. But it's like, it's probably someone in your neighborhood,
Like it almost certainly has to be, unless it's like the trick-or-treater thing and they like come from like another neighborhood and they're like, this is a good one to hit.
Right. Okay. Let me ask you this then, Ben, since we're talking about Ring doorbells.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is a solution and maybe it is a problem. I don't know. Ring doorbells are almost certainly killing the art of the ding dong ditch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they are.
Like, now, some would say that's a good thing. Because if you're on the receiving end of the ditch, it sort of sucks, you know?
It's
very annoying.
It's very annoying,
Right.
and you do once again. It comes with that sense of like violation.
Yeah.
You're sort of like, this isn't.
I mean, I think you know exactly what's happening. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I do. I know exactly what's happening because it's happened to my house before.
Okay.
You know, you're getting ditched or whatever, and it's like it's so frustrating. But at the same rate, like I know what's happening. I'm not like I don't feel like under attack. I know it's just some idiot kids out there.
Yeah.
But now on the reverse side of things, is the act of going around with your buddies ding dong ditching people like sort of like a rite of passage, you know?
it's
like
you know
it's a good because it's not like necessarily like super nice or anything, but it's like a fairly harmless thing you can do as a teenager is like a like act of rebellion or whatever.
Right. It's a fairly victimless crime.
Right.
I think like where nobody is harmed. I mean, I to be fair though, you are on somebody else's property, and sometimes I do think that poses more of like a potential safety risk than we ever gave it credit for. But most of the people that we were ever doing this to, it always felt like we knew the people so well enough,
right? Yeah,
that it was almost like a gag against like people that like were already friends.
Right.
Or
it's
something.
It's better if it's someone you know.
Yeah,
maybe.
right. Like I don't think we were ever just going and like being like, let's go hit this street, ding dong.
Yeah,
yeah. And we also didn't do this a lot, for what it's worth. Like it was just.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit to having ding dong ditched, dinged and donged and ditched. We did it.
We did. Here we are. The confessional is here.
Here we are. You know, you guys, we were out there ringing doorbells and running, you know.
Right.
If you don't know what ding dong ditching is.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Somebody's out there like, what? Like, but honestly, it's funny too, because like the little like save button on computers is like a floppy disk. And it's like there's a generation of people now that don't know what floppy disks are, so they don't know why the little save icon is in the shape of this like weird, weird square that's missing like one of its corners. But I could see a world where like if everybody has doorbell cameras, it's like, well, you're certainly not going to go up and like be on camera.
Exactly, you're not going to go up on camera,
right?
Especially because it's typically like a sort of a neighborhood activity, you know.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
Often, so it's like they might know you, you know. You know that.
Yeah.
Come on now.
I just have no idea. There's oh my gosh, I feel like I'm afraid to pause to take the time to look it up, but there's a line from Dumbledore that's something. I'm gonna look it up.
Like something about age forgets what it's like to be young.
Yes.
Right. Or age can like youth cannot understand what it's like to be old, but like old like. But when age forgets what it's like to be young, it's something, I don't know. Yeah, I know the flavor of the thing you're thinking of. What I guess I'm trying to ask is are Ring doorbells solving a ding dong ditch problem? Or is ding dong ditch the kind of thing where it's sort of like society just sort of accepts that, yeah, it happens. We all collectively put up with it because like that's I don't know. It's like part of growing up or something. Like, does everyone tolerate it, or and we're ruining it, or are we just actively solving a problem?
Yeah, it's a good question. So, like, we grew up in a neighborhood that was like rather suburban for our like middle school and high school years, and so like. What the neighborhood is almost built for, not that there aren't exceptions to this, but what it was built for is almost like families of kids.
Yeah.
You know, like that was like almost every single house had some measure of like parents who were raising a spectrum of aged kids.
Yeah.
And so like for my graduating class, for example, I think that there was like 14 houses that had a kid who was in my grade.
Right.
So there were like a bunch of us, and then you had several, and there were people a couple years older, and like a bunch of people younger, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And in that kind of like neighborhood, I feel like you can pretty easily understand that kids are going to get into like their own brand of like mischief.
Right, for sure.
But like, and maybe this is like one of those things, like I would say we were pretty darn clean kids.
Yeah,
like
for
growing
sure.
up. Like we did not get into a whole lot of like real trouble. It was just like the kinds of things that we did were like weird ways to break the rules.
Yeah.
But to us, it always felt pretty harmless.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what the perspective is, because I know what it was then. I don't know what it would be like on the other side, where like I live in the city where it's like on my street there is like anything, like it doesn't really feel like there's quite the same cohesion.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know if is it making sense what I'm attempting to explain here?
I mean, like your neighborhood versus where we grew up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you just live in like a city neighborhood, not like a suburb.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, in the frequency at which I've had like things stolen from my yard or my car also makes me feel like I probably am on slightly higher alert for like actual, like, really not crime is not the word I'm looking for, but like we've upped the ante.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure. It's not just like tomfoolery.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. It feels like there could be a little bit more going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could be.
So I don't know. Where do you land on it? Like,
I don't know.
You've been dinged.
I've been dinged and donged and dutched.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dutched. Good
yeah. That's the right word, right? So now, and I'm afraid of even just saying it that people are going to do it to me now. But like, it is annoying. But I remember like because my house was particularly set up in such a way where it's like there's a really obvious spot to hide if you're because the thing about it, if you're gonna ding and dong and dash, then typically it's only as much fun as watching the people's reaction.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
So, because if you ring a doorbell and then aren't there to see the people, answer it and be confused, like, did it even happen?
Right. Yes.
Right.
That's a good point. Like you need to like watch them get up from watching like the Duke basketball game and come to the door. And
right.
Like, hello.
And be all confused and be like, well, the doorbell rang. Whatever's going on out here. Now, I'll tell you this though. If you recognize, like, if you recognize that you have been ding dong dutched, then the number one thing you can do is not open the door at all. Okay.
Right.
Yeah,
true.
Like in fact, if it's like a late night like ding, then and you can probably suspect that it's not a real call. Like if someone's ringing your doorbell past when they're supposed to be, it's probably this.
Yes.
So I would approach at a distance, try and get a look through your window in such a way they can't even tell that you're looking.
Right.
And then if you see someone out there, then you might have a whole different problem, or probably it's someone and they're there for a reason that late.
Yeah.
But if you can get a look, because they want to see you answer the door. That's the whole joke.
I know. I did have one exception to this though, where I was certain I was being ding dong dutched, and what had actually happened was earlier that day I was just standing on the back porch, like looking out into space, as I do.
Yeah.
Collecting my thoughts, I guess. And I witnessed the hit and run where somebody ran into my across the street neighbor's car.
Yeah.
Just like sideswiped it and like ripped off their mirror and stuff like that. I know. And I ran down the stairs or whatever, and I like watched them sort of like streak back and forth across the street and then pull into my convenience store. And I was like, I can do something. So I like take off at a sprint, not wearing shoes, get down there, and I like take photos of like, the car, then run back at the damage and, do all that type of stuff. And I left a note, on their door, and I was like, hey guys, just want to let you know, I witnessed this thing happen. This is the number, blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And so then that night I was like sitting on the couch, and I think we were watching like Game of Thrones or something. You know? And then you hear the ding dong.
Right.
This was
like, oh boy,
pre-ring camera, so proper ding.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Go to the door. Cops.
Oh.
Cops were there. Yeah. And this was probably like 10:45 at night.
Wow.
Like late enough to where it was sort of like this shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
evening, officer.
Is there a problem, officer?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm not breaking any rules.
Right.
I'm old enough to watch this.
Shouldn't you be writing your essay? Yeah. No,
that was a SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Rye or pumpernickel.
Rye or pumpernickel.
Good one. The people who just got that are like, yes. But yeah, so that on that particular occasion, I thought the Dutch was happening, and instead it was just police.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, we heard you witnessed a hit and run. I'm like, why are you here at this hour?
Yeah.
It's like, is now the moment?
Is now the moment? Do you think I was awake? I mean, I am, but I feel like it was low odds.
It was low odds. You want to come in?
You want to come in? Yeah, I got donuts. No, it's not funny.
It's a cop thing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm stereotyping.
I know, my bad.
I know you guys would never do that, but yeah.
Donuts?
No, cops.
I thought you meant like cops don't actually eat donuts, and I'm like, I mean, they could.
Yeah, and I'm sure.
It probably doesn't define
everyone
them.
likes donuts.
That's the thing.
Everyone eats donuts.
Everyone eats donuts.
I eat donuts, man. They're good. Have you had them? Of course you have. You're people.
Oh,
everybody likes donuts.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I going with it? Oh, but here was the other half of it.
Okay.
Is that when I was ding dong Dutched, is that because I know where the obvious spot to hide is, I could like look out my window and be like, see like if I could see them in the hiding spot.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Sure enough.
You could see them.
Oh, I could see him out there, and I was just like, oh man, I so badly want to scare the pants off these kids, I'm like, there's part of me that's just like, do it again, man.
Give him a real what's coming.
I know, like I'm like, okay, here's what I need. I want to be able to like sneak down the back, come out, like creep up on them, wait for them to do it, and then like come out like full sprint and just scare the crap out of them,
Right.
Because it would.
It would.
Yeah.
The thing is that like you don't want to poke the bear that is the story this group of like teens tell each other about your house.
Oh man, no, maybe you do. I don't know. Because like I was trying to think like if that had ever happened to us, we wouldn't go back to that house ever.
Well, but we would still tell the story.
Exactly.
We would.
Exactly.
So you're trying to give
these
them
people the story.
It's a gift.
It's a gift. It's
right.
like, oh my gosh. Me and my buddies were like, we were out ding dong ditching, and this one guy, we went to this one house and we're like, hide behind these trees, and I don't know, maybe he must have had a camera or something, but we like ran up and did it, and then he just comes flying. I mean, he tackled Josh, It was like
R.I.P.
Josh is dead. He's dead. He disintegrated. He just vaporized him, man.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It'd be so great. It'd be so great.
Yeah, that's
you would scare the bejesus out of them.
Right.
And then of course they're neighborhood kids, and you get their name, and then their parents, they'd have to deal with their parents and stuff.
You're gonna go talk to the rents.
We could. We could.
I mean,
The threat would loom.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Like, hi, Josh's friend's mom.
Yeah. Josh's friend's mom. We have bad news. Your son, well, he's more mist now than man.
Than teen.
Than teen. Yeah. Like, how great would it be? Because like there's like the other side is like, can you win the war? Can you be like, oh man, I knew they were coming. I was hiding. I had the hose. I was ready for them.
But
they got in the hiding spot, and then boom! Oh man, it'd be the best.
It would be the best. Like it's like being a fan of like a really really bad sports team.
Yeah.
Because like I have a feeling if you're a fan of like Alabama football or something, on some level you just expect to win.
You just expect to win.
It's like really all that can happen is the team meets your expectations or disappoints you.
Right.
Whereas like the people who are fans of teams that aren't good, it's like there's pure joy still left to be had in that experience.
Because either they meet your expectations or they excite you.
That's exactly it.
Right.
Yes. They either lose like you expect them to, or they somehow pull it off. And you're like, best day ever.
Woo.
But like, so it's like the wait, it's like you have to like, I mean, and here's what we're talking about. We're talking about sitting out in your crow's nest for, months, maybe years.
Maybe.
Like,
maybe.
I mean, you really need to start like finding ways to invite.
No. Yes. That's the thing. It's like, I'm afraid now that I've said it, I put it out into the ether or something.
Well,
and let me tell you what, Josh, if you come ding dong Dutch my house, prepare to be vaporized.
And we're Josh.
you're gone.
Oh my gosh. And I could see it. Because the other thing too is you're really fast.
Yeah.
Like,
so especially if you have if you're at full tilt before they got to get up to speed.
One of them is almost certainly falling down.
Exactly. Someone's going down.
Right. In the sheer act of like, oh man, he's coming.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean.
Oh man, Carlin sure is quick.
We picked the wrong house.
Run, man.
Everyone, scatter.
Yeah.
If you just scatter them to the wind, it'd be great.
If they scatter, though, the real strategy: pick one.
Exactly.
Don't try to catch them all.
Right.
Pick one.
Stay on the leader.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Oh my gosh. So like, I mean, do you keep like a pair of like track shoes, like back in the day we had they honestly feel like someday they would be like an artifact of a time long gone, but our track shoes they called them spikes because they were like, really lightweight shoes that were designed for like track meets specifically, but they had like metal spikes sticking out of the bottom of like sharp metal spikes.
Well, like cross country is, run outdoors and like the grass and stuff, so you wanted the extra grippies.
No, of course, yeah. I mean, it totally makes sense and everything, but like, you got to keep a pair of those, like, laces ready to be like zoinked down and everything. Like maybe like the tongue is pulled forward, so it's nothing more than just like pop.
Well, that's always the thing, is that like, so I could see them out there, but it's like, man, by the time like I'd have to go get like shoes on and stuff.
Beth!
Yeah. Hold on, I gotta be stealthy. I gotta make it into the basement and get out the back door.
Oh.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay, that's the other thing too. You could tag team this with Beth. So Beth goes to the door. She goes outside. She speaks into the void, gives them the show that they're looking for. In the meantime, you're sneaking out around the back. You're coming back up the little hill, and you're like, hi there.
Yeah.
Could you? I mean, they like I can feel the back of the neck sweat.
I know
that would
from
like
here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like I would freak out.
Right? Having fun.
Oh my gosh! Yeah. I mean, like it's one thing to say it in the context of our nice cozy podcast studio in the heat of the night.
Right. Yeah.
Like I mean, it's like, and I don't know why, but the grass is slippery.
That's exactly the other thing. Yeah. Right. Like you got to have the shoes on because. Right. Well, that's why they're going to fall too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Are they ready for this?
Or even if you just like the other thing is like, because I know where the hiding spot would be. So it's like you just have like, get some remote sprinklers. It's just like, oh yeah, hold on, wait, I got them.
Then it's like having this like giant, like almost Jeopardy buzzer.
Yeah.
That's just sort of like sprinklers engaged.
Exactly. Yeah. How about that, boys?
Right, yeah. It's like...
Or girls.
Yeah, equal opportunity
ditching,
Right.
I'm not here to make assumptions.
None whatsoever. Yeah. Oh, man. That is very funny though. That is very funny. Actually, the flip side of this experience for me once upon a time was when the house that we lived at, that we started Super Carlin Brothers in, was rented to us by this like aquarium client that I had, this like landlady persona, as it were. And just down the way, she had like a triplex as well, so like walking distance from our house, super close. And brother-in-law Mike, who wasn't brother-in-law then, just GMA member Mike, lived in such a place. And so he was on the top floor, and there was this like single mother who lived on the bottom floor. And so like one day we are over there, and like we were talking outside. I think like my girlfriend at the time, Mike, and I, and clearly what had happened was, well, let me begin the story. So we're standing there, we're just kind of like chitter chattering outside, whatever, just kind of catching up, and all of a sudden I hear like a rustle in the bushes, the hiding spot where the ding dong would happen. Yeah. And I'm sort of like, man, what was that? So like, I mean, probably a squirrel, like whatever. It's like when you hear horse steps, think horse, not zebra.
Right. Yeah.
Hoof steps, gallops, clip clops. What is the phrase?
When you hear hooves.
When you hear hooves, think horses, not zebras.
Yeah, horses, not zebras.
Yeah. The point
when you
is,
hear a light trot.
Yeah. The point is, it's usually not something surprising. It's usually what you expect it to be.
Yeah.
And but either which way, I go.
thought perhaps an auror.
So killed the fox, obviously.
Right,
Yeah.
You know what? Did you think was that the most was that horses there, Bellatrix?
Right. Yeah. Also, you know what? I would be just as surprised if it was a literal fox.
That's true too.
In this particular situation.
Anyway, what was in the bushes?
So I go and I peer around the bushes, and there, staring back at me, is a full-grown man.
Wow.
And like the only thing I could say in the moment, and I remember it clear as day, was, "Is that a person?" And he just turns around and books it in the opposite direction.
Weird.
I know, and it freaked me out because
Right.
I was like, in the dark, I did not expect like a person to be hiding in the bushes.
Right.
Like it really threw me, like full body, like every single hair on my body was like standing up. I was like, that was shocking.
Right.
Which is also like one of those crazy things where it's like somebody could present you with a scenario and you could think you would know how you might react to it because like you have the safety again of like
Right.
the position you're in, the conversation. And then when you're like faced with it, it's like, oh no, that was weird.
That was
That was
weird.
very weird.
Right.
I didn't like it at all. But essentially what we believe happened, because we later described the getaway car, a blue Hummer.
A blue Hummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Classic, you know. And somebody was like, oh, that was the downstairs neighbor's ex.
Oh.
And so what must have happened was he was doing himself a little drive-by.
Yeah.
You know, like
saw you guys down there.
saw us, thought that
you were stepping on his girl.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right, you know. And so what he was doing was clearly like creeping around the house to see if he could like overhear or figure out like whatever was going on. So at the end of the day, he had no intent to actually bother us at all.
Right.
You know, but at the same rate, it's sort of like, what was his plan if he did discover something?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know,
What was he
like,
going to do?
Right. It's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was weird.
So anyway, but yeah, he hightailed it and sort of like tire screeched his way away.
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Strange situation.
Yeah. That is. Wow. Good discovery.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sent him out. I assume he got in the Hummer just in time before you vaporized him.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you know, his plates did read Josh 2.0.
2.0. Exactly. Did he throw in a bag of marbles out the back to make sure no one was chasing?
You know he did.
You know he did.
My grandmammy sent me these for such an occasion.
Take that.
They're just like raining down.
Yeah. Oh
Little glass bullets of despair.
That would, yeah. If you ever find yourself, being pursued in a chase, you got like a nice little like bag of ammunition there, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Stink.
So by ammunition, we don't mean it's more like a tripping hazard.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. For someone chasing after your car that for some reason you can't speed away from.
Yeah, the acceleration on that thing, not great.
Not good. Yeah. Real slow traffic. A lot of speed bumps,
I cut the corner through the neighbor's yard, Ferris Bueller style, jumped
Right.
the fence, ran through, tackled it.
Yeah.
It went streaking off into a tree.
Boom.
Oh man, I love this. I love this.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have like a Scott Pilgrim production.
Yeah.
Like not Scott Pilgrim, but like our own version of it.
Yeah.
Like Bobby Mayflower.
Bobby Mayflower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Get it? Because Pilgrim.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Okay, there it is. Yeah.
But
what are the misadventures of Bobby Mayflower?
well, exactly what we're talking about right now. It's just a whole bunch of like kids getting caught doing stuff.
I see.
But like the calamity is tremendous.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Like they're really unsuccessfully being teenagers.
Yes.
Right.
And it's almost like reverse Home Alone, where like they're the perpetrators,
Right.
but they keep getting gagged
Yeah.
by, by marbles and the like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's just regular Home Alone.
No, I mean, it's like, but Home Alone is like the house is being broken into by the burglar. In this case, you're the perpetrator, and the people who you're perpetrating are marbling you.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I guess that is regular
Yeah. Isn't
Home Alone.
isn't that it?
Well, maybe it's like the more of the pursuit type of situation.
Okay.
Like they're like sprinting down the alley, so it's almost like it's like Secret Agent. Bobby Mayflower.
Bobby Mayflower. Yeah.
Oh, little Freudian slip there.
Yeah.
But like instead of like nothing is dangerous. You know what? The movie Snow Day is basically
Is basically this.
It's pretty close to this.
Okay.
You know,
well, I haven't seen that one in a long time. With Josh Peck.
Josh Peck, yeah.
Right.
And they have like 3 different like brands of Snowball. Like one of them is filled with like blue syrup, and it's just for like delicious treats.
Right.
And like one of them's full of like, you know, it's like yellow snow.
Yellow snow. Right. Yeah.
And it's like that would melt the snow. You
Yeah,
know,
that's
like
not how that works, right,
I don't know if you know how this works, but
right.
either way, they
for the
have
point
it.
of the movie, you know.
For the point of the movie, my suspicion, it was just like snow cone coloring.
Yeah, probably. I don't think they used real pee for the movie accurate yellow snowball.
I don't know what word I wanted you to say, but P wasn't it. Like,
let me tell you, I read through a full roulette in my brain of like what word am I going to use here? I had many options.
Could you imagine if you'd gone the double full PP?
The double. It crossed my mind.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it crossed my mind.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, urine.
Urine was another one. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, we landed on where we did.
Where we did. You can't even say it again, can you?
Yeah. P.
P. It's such an awkward thing to. Why?
I don't know.
Why is it such an awkward thing? But it is. There's something about it that feels right and wrong at the same time.
Right. Because if you're like that one, it's like some people don't like to even like reference when they need to go number 2.
Oh,
you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like
okay.
it's just sort of like you would say like I have to go to the bathroom, or like I need to excuse, you know, like you might say like if you needed to go number 2, you would probably say I need to go to the bathroom. But if you had to go number 1, you'd probably say like I need to go pee, you know, and no one would be like that was weird. Why didn't you even say the word? You know,
don't say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it. You know.
I mean, I think at this point I've just fully opted into like I'd use the restroom.
Yeah. Oh, just all times.
All
Keep
the
it
time.
mysterious. Who knows what you're doing in there?
I mean, it's like, you know what? It allows me to go in and just wash my hands if I want to.
Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like sometimes you're just sort of like, man, I love a good convenience store bathroom.
Right.
As so many people do.
As so many people. Yeah. Yeah. Usually the downside of most convenience stores.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't understand like how they could be so well stocked on candies and chips.
Yeah.
And so overlooked on cleanliness
and bathrooms.
On bathrooms.
Yeah.
It's like how is it so bad? Like at some point in time, what they should really be doing is just building a fully like tile room and just go in there with a pressure washer and like a hazmat suit and
a hazmat suit.
and just
for all the radiation and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
From the pee.
Yeah, from the pee.
Right. It's everywhere, man.
The urine.
Oh man, do you think that urinal cakes would smell different if like are urinal cakes always going to smell like the environment that they're in? Like I mean, you know, like if you use like a certain brand of Febreze long enough, it just starts to smell like cover up.
Right,
You
sure.
know,
yeah.
like it's like this doesn't even smell clean anymore. It's like because the only time I use it is when I need to solve a smell related
problem
incident.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like we can't you can't.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like would like urinal cake make like a tremendous perfume if it was never used for urinal cake?
I doubt it.
Because it stings the nostrils.
I mean, I think it's supposed to be like more of a smell neutralizer more than anything.
It
know?
isn't.
You don't want it. I don't know if you even want it to be a pleasant smell, though. You don't want it to be like this. You know, you don't want to suddenly start being like every time you're in the men's room, it's like, oh, it smells like cinnamon rolls in here. You know, I love the cinnamon roll urine cakes you guys got going.
Would it ruin cinnamon
Right,
rolls
exactly.
or bathrooms?
Right, both. Probably
Both.
you lose both. Yeah, you know, you don't want that.
Because it's a good point because you don't want to go and be like, no, that smells good.
Right, you don't want any unsuspecting child who doesn't know to be like, well, these things smell good, you know?
Oh,
Right?
I didn't even think about that.
Exactly.
I was just thinking about the contamination of intentionally breathing in the space, you know?
Yeah.
Like being like, I'll sample a little more while I'm at it.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
You don't want,
with your nose, not with anything else.
Yeah. You want as little time in there as possible.
Oh,
I
that's
think.
the objective.
Yeah,
Absolutely. In and out.
In and out. Yeah, exactly.
I wonder if when they named the restaurant that, they were like, oh, no. I just want to go in and out.
It sounds like something else, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Transition? Jay, so I am looking at your show notes here, and you've given a coaching a coaching update.
Yeah.
So you are, man, I just realized that you are a soccer coach with a mustache.
Yeah, basically Ted Lasso.
Does it feel good?
I mean, it feels great,
You
I'm
even
not
have...
I have the Ted Lasso shoes. Maybe I should wear them to my first game.
You absolutely should wear them to your first game.
Okay, we'll just go full Lasso,
Yeah. I think that is a great plan. You also
should I wear khakis?
I think khakis and a white visor,
Yeah, we'll just cosplay the Lasso.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there is nothing that could go wrong.
Right, I know. Yeah, right. Exactly.
It would only be great, and all of the parents would be like, I'm so glad we got this coach.
I actually have an AFC Richmond shirt too,
Wear that.
Yeah, right. Just full commit.
Well, I'll be there.
You'll be there. I know. Well,
yeah.
my first game, I thought I had like another 2 weeks of practice before my first game because we've only had 1 week of practice so far. But alas, we have this week, and then our first game is this Saturday.
Man, okay,
I know.
so you're like in the funnel at this point, but like how is training going? Like, how are the troops? Are they holding up after camp?
I mean, I think we're doing pretty good. We've had 2 solid practices so far. Everyone's looking nice and crisp out there.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Quick ball handling. Everybody's feeling snappy.
I feel like I had some good. I feel like I had like good like I have to have these coaching moments where. So the way I've been starting practice is everyone just gets a ball and has to like dribble it all the way around the field or whatever. So the first practice you just had to do that twice, 2 laps, just dribbling the ball. Or
2 laps, yeah.
And then second practice, I'm like, yeah, everyone get a ball. We're gonna run a lap, dribble, and then meet me right back here, And then everyone comes back around, and I'm like, okay, now we're going to do that again, but you can only use your right foot this time, right? And then get back around, and it's like, all right, only left foot this time, right?
No, you did not.
I made them left-footed. And then we started doing like our little pullback drills after that, like learning a new move. And I was like, okay, everyone now only right feet. And it was like, who can guess what we're doing next? And like, they're like, oh, not left foot. And I'm like, that's right. Yeah, that's right. This is how we get better.
Relatable as heck.
I know.
I am with them where it's like I'm upset on their behalf that you made them do those drills.
Yeah,
I mean,
they have
like
to learn.
Maybe they're better for it, but like what? Sometimes it's better to just not be better.
No, they're better for it. They're better for it.
I know. Actually, I do agree with you for clarity.
Yeah. Then except for we do have 1 left footer on the team, so little Ethan had no problem with that, of course. But
right, but I mean, probably
the rest of the time is the right foot stuff.
So does that mean that this particular left footer? I mean, they must be playing like left forward, right?
They're playing. They're going to be probably left mid. Is what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, that sounds good. Sounds good.
That's going to be probably where they're at. Left forward or left mid, but yeah.
Okay. So now it seems to me like you are already thriving. Like
it's been like I was really nervous going into the first practice, and then I felt like it went well, and then the second one it was like, okay, I was a little more like comfortable doing it, and so the next one as we're recording is tomorrow. So I'm like, okay, now I really got to be like, okay, what do we got to prepare for like actual game,
Like
we did like a little scrimmage at the end of the last practice against another team, which went very well for us. Which is great.
Get him, coach.
Get him. That's right. No, part of me's like, how far do we go with this? It's just like I know we're all here to have fun, but like, you know what else is fun? Winning.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'll tell you what ain't fun: losing. No. So, but like, we're doing it. And it's like fun, the kind of stuff you can pick up on when you watch them do that. Like, we had to do just like 1 or 2 throw-ins, and one of the kids just sort of like threw it like baseball style in. And I'm like, okay, well, we're gonna have to go over that next practice.
Right, yeah.
Like, okay, we got to talk throw-ins.
Right. Yeah. The throw-in. We went through such an era back in the day where we would go to the beach and play like beach volleyball.
Yeah.
And I don't remember if this is how it worked or not, but like I swear Dad brought like 2 giant boards to like dig into the sand, or else they were just there.
I don't know. We had like full on volleyball net setup though.
Yeah, like dad had like a real volleyball net.
Right.
Somehow. Like
Yeah.
it wasn't like the one that comes in like a little like zippered pouch that you buy like, at the sporting goods section, and it's
Yeah.
made of like hopes and dreams.
Yeah. How did we do this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we did.
Yeah.
And a big part of that though is like whenever you have to like return the ball to the side after you have like a point scored on you or whatever, it's like you have to do this like big like overhead throw, And man, I feel like there was like a moment in my life where like if there was like an Olympics just for like overhead ball huck,
Yeah.
like I'm like I could have come
Maybe
in
I
fourth,
could have done it. Yeah.
like
I could throw that ball.
right, like I know that there are people out
Throw
there
that ball over the ocean,
exactly,
Yeah.
and if not the ocean, at least the mountain.
At least a mountain.
Right, right. But like, there are people out there that are built different. I understand I can't beat them, you
Yeah.
know, but like close.
Close. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it was a strength.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Man, I remember we were playing one soccer game in high school against the team Jefferson Forest.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh
And,
boy.
Yeah, I know that they were a little bit further away, so they came in and we didn't know what to expect. But they had a guy who could do like the whole handstand flip throw version of it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, he could launch it from almost half field into the goal box. It was crazy.
That is crazy.
Especially like the first time they do it and they completely catch you off guard, where you think they're just going to throw it into like the guy standing there, and instead it goes towards the goal, and you're like, what the?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. That was quite an effective tactic.
That is very impressive.
Yeah.
Although now that you're mentioning this, you're stirring up a negative old memory of mine, which was my only own goal ever. Ugh. Very embarrassing.
Oh no.
Yeah, where similar situation. I was playing JV soccer against Blacksburg, and
You owned gold against Blacksburg?
I did.
Oh no.
I know. Yeah, it was not great, but I mean, it was like just an honest not an honest mistake. It was like, epic failure. Obviously, I'll hold myself responsible for this for the rest of my life. You probably, if you speak at my funeral or something, you should be like, you lived a great life, except for that home goal against Blacksburg.
Except for that one own goal.
Right. Also, kind of depressing to think that you're speaking at my funeral because you are older than me. But
Yeah.
then it occurs to me, like, am I gonna have to speak at your funeral?
Oh,
And I'm not
yeah.
liking that path either.
Not liking that either.
You know what? Same time.
Same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like natural causes.
Right. Natural causes. Yeah.
Same time, natural causes.
Same time, natural causes.
You-
It's because we ding dong ditched some loser.
You know what? Last thing, we're like sitting across from each other in like the hospital beds or whatever, and it'd be like, see you in another life, brother.
Oh no! Ah! And then like 10 minutes later, like, hey, what's up?
What lifetime do you think we're in?
Yeah, where is it? Where are we at? Where are we
Are
at?
we still brothers?
Do
or
you know where to go?
I don't know. I don't know where. I mean, there's
really cloudy up here.
yeah, there's a gate,
Yeah.
but is it shut?
Feels
I don't.
like, yeah.
I'm afraid to bring up the own goal situation
Yeah, right.
when I get there.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So we're playing against Blacksburg, and this kid had quite the arm or whatever. So arms, 'cause
Yeah.
it's the two-handed throw, drag the back toe. You can't
Yeah.
pick the foot up. But he goes to throw it in, and I like jump up to do like this amazing header. Like head
Yeah.
pulled back, and I'm about to clock it, and it bounces. It like skims right off like the top of my head,
Ugh.
and it goes upper 90 right past Sal, and I was just like, oh.
No.
Oh my gosh, because I ricocheted it so badly that there was no way our keeper could have protected against it. It was
Right.
like it became such an unpredictable ball.
Right.
But it was throw in, glanced off the top of my head right into the pocket.
Man,
I know.
I thought you were gonna say you were the one doing the throw in.
No,
and
I
like threw it to the keeper or something, and they just whiffed it.
oh no,
Yeah.
that would have been
Yeah,
horrifying.
like, number one, don't throw it into the keeper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, what do you? Yeah, that was a mistake.
Rule number 1: don't do that.
Don't do that. That's what the other team wants.
Yeah. Anyway, they'd be like, that was the last time I ever threw the ball in.
Yeah, that was it. They were like, Ben, why don't you just stay in bounds, okay?
You know what? Stay on the bench instead.
Yeah.
That's where you belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to be working on throw-ins at practice.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Would you like somebody to come in to help demonstrate? You
Yeah,
know?
right,
Is that-
exactly what to do. Yeah.
I either have mad or horrible skills, and
Right.
I'm not really sure where where to piece that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess it's like you got to figure out who's going to be taking your throw-ins,
Do you have a dedicated person?
No, because some of them don't even know how to do it. I'm not even
Right.
sure they all know exactly how to do the throw-in, so we got to work on that. And then I feel like the other thing I was like, okay, what is like just the most simple like soccer play you can come up with? which is the most basic thing is bring it down the side, cross it in.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's soccer 101.
It really is. Yeah, this was I mean back in my FIFA days,
Yeah.
I swear I cracked the code and I knew the exact spot to just like press X over, press X hold, boom, BB over, bicycle kick in.
Bicycle kick in. Yeah. Like turns out I don't know if people are not watching, like these professionals aren't like playing enough FIFA, but like most goals are bicycle kicks as far as I could tell.
Yeah,
playing FIFA.
Like you should always be bicycle kicking.
Right. Like so like really easy to score that way.
It almost feels like instead, because of how rare it is in real life, that like you should have to button mash like 47 different buttons in a row in order to like, you just unlocked bicycle kick.
Right. Boom,
and
boom.
It's like, what?
No way. Yeah, no, I do remember also in FIFA, yeah, you could just cross bike in, no problem, every time.
Okay, here was a thing though that I feel like got me so bad is like the movies, because in the movies they would always have a moment where they would do a bicycle kick, and and honestly it's probably the en passant problem too in chess, where it was like I knew the special thing you could do and I was going to just like way too great a lengths to try to pull off like the remarkable rather than the reliable.
Right. Yes. I know
like,
what you mean.
Like
yeah.
it was just sort of like I got it in my head that like this is like what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Or like in one of our favorite running movies is Without Limits, and it's like the story of Steve Prefontaine. And like one night, Steve damages his foot in a weird situation.
Yeah.
And basically he ends up running on this like ripped in half foot the next day.
Yeah.
And like part of me was almost like, well, I clearly in my running career I must have a day where like blood has seeped through my entire spike and is and it's like you get to the end of it and the other runner's like, you ran like that,
right?
And it's like yeah, and coach is like proud of me but also like worried about me at the same time. You're sort of like, this is just all I ever wanted in life,
right? Yeah,
it's like someone to care. I'm jumping around a lot today, aren't I?
That's all right, man. Jump around.
Okay, anyway,
on your bloody foot.
Exactly. Yeah. These are the things that I'm supposed to do. So you are going to teach throw-ins.
We're going to teach throw-ins, and then we're going to try and go over, like, I think first we just get the motion down. But I feel like it's easy enough to just, like, at this age especially, where it's like, if you have, like, the play in mind of you start running and you throw it in front of them so they're already running. Yeah. Like that. That's all you got to do.
Right.
You can throw it to this guy who's standing in the middle or this guy who's already running. Do that. We're going to be in a good spot,
Right.
Yeah. Those are my two throw-in plays.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. What's funny is since you've been coaching, I've been coming up with like a lot of my own, like my own coaching tactics.
Oh, yeah.
And they all largely use props.
Oh,
like every single thing I keep thinking of, I'm sort of like, why am I making it so complicated?
Yeah, let me tell you what you don't have time for with like 9-year-old kids is props.
It's props.
Yeah.
So what my most recent version of this was like trying to regulate down actual defense and basically try to treat like give like the dribbler like the opportunity to like move through space. And the way in which I imagined doing this was kind of having these like shoulder harness type situations, and then one of those gigantic hula hoops that goes out like in every direction, and they run around with the hula hoop on, and the defender's not allowed to get like with inside of like Saturn's orbit.
Got it. Yeah.
It's like whoa, not inside the ring.
Right.
You're defending by presence. You're not defending like by like kiki shin chin.
Right.
Yeah. Which is, a lot of my defensive tactics is just sort of like swing at the ball, hope you don't hit their leg.
Right. Yeah. If you're playing on the ball, you're probably good,
Probably.
Yeah, probably. Did you get a lot of fouls?
No, I was good. The one thing I would say I was good at was planting. Like, so if like somebody ran into me and I was like locked in, it was, I was basically Groot,
right,
like
it was like running into a brick wall,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which is why they call me Brick Wall Carlin.
Brick Wall Carlin.
That's right. Yeah. But best friends with old Bobby Mayflower.
So we got on defense, we got Brick Wall and Bobby Mayflower.
That's right. We're starting to really put the team together.
There we go. Yeah. Looks good.
Maybe that story is a team of soccer players.
Yeah. And then like, the ding dong ditching is just like a hijinks drugs thing one night.
Or
it's kind of like a hazing.
Maybe it's like a Mr. Miyagi situation where it's sort of more like
the coach is in on it.
The coach is like out there driving the like old school Suburban around and
right,
it's sort
right.
of like, all right, guys, there's your mark. It's like, what we're working on today is sprinting under pressure.
You don't tell them that. You don't tell them that. You're like, all right, here's what we're gonna do, boys. All of you guys are gonna go out and you got to ring the doorbell and then run back in the car and I'll drive you to safety.
That's right.
Or whatever. Little do they know. They're going to ring the doorbell. You're taking off. They're going to have to chase you down.
You leave.
Exactly.
Throw marbles out the window.
Right. You better be moving.
Right.
I do recall, as on this exact note, once upon a time, we were out there GMAing it as we did.
Yeah.
I want to say in the very neighborhood I live in now.
I was going to say that our earliest of Ding Dong Ditch endeavors, I believe, happened
They were there.
not more than 100 yards from your current home.
And that was the exact situation, was that John was driving, and it was like, I got out and I rang the doorbell and I turned around to book it, and John took off in his Jeep, and I was like chasing it down. I think it might have been some of the fastest running I ever did.
Right?
Yeah. And I just like, oh my God, where are you going? Like.
So, okay, sidebar then. So we're up in front of those pearly gates.
Yeah.
Like we've made it.
Yeah.
We're in another life, brother.
Yeah.
And, like they're like, okay, listen, before we can let you in, we got to recap this Ding Dong Ditch situation. We need to revisit the tape. How much would you have to demonstrate restraint to be like, how quick was I going there?
How fast was I going?
You got the stats on that?
You got it?
Because I need to, tell me honestly, is that the fastest I've ever run?
I would love to know,
life?
when was the fastest in my life? When was I running my absolute fastest? At what point? Where was I? Was I like mid-game? Was it just like in a random workout one day?
Right.
Was I actually in a race? Or was I like running for my life for some situation?
Have you run for your life often?
No, maybe not. But
not yet.
Not yet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Not that I'm aware of.
You considering getting back in that Ding Dong Ditch game?
That's right. I'm trying to develop an adult Ding Dong Ditch league in the neighborhood.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be the funniest suburban neighborhood culture situation. Is like all of the parents are just sort of like, all right, welcome to the HOA meeting.
Right.
Mr. Carlin is here. He's going to be instructing you and giving you your packets on how to begin Ding Dong Ditch.
Right. So basically, because here's how it works: is everyone at the meeting is just parents in the neighborhood who have kids who are old enough to like watch their younger siblings.
Oh,
so you can leave the kids alone.
I see.
And then you go Ding Dong Ditch your own kids and stuff.
A foolproof plan.
Foolproof. Watch him freak, man.
Oh my gosh.
The reversal.
Meanwhile, you're just down in the Jenkins yard, like everybody's got lawn chairs, drinking beer.
Exactly. They're like across the way. Everyone's got like lawn chairs, but like they're like in camo in the pine trees,
Oh my God. Yeah, everybody just wearing like a ghillie suit.
Exactly.
Just like like rainbow beach chairs, but you're sitting in a ghillie suit.
Oh my, yeah.
Which, in case you're unaware, ghillie suits, this like gigantic, like forest shrubbery looking outfit you can wear for actual hunting.
Yeah.
But in this particular occasion, it's just sort of like you guys are all like, cheers.
Yeah, exactly. So there you go. That's my adult Ding Dong Ditch League. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. I'm glad that we went to D23 over the weekend and we promptly went into an entire episode about pure shenanigans.
The merits of Ding Dong Ditching and whether or not society should tolerate it for the sake of letting teens rebel in a safe way.
Right.
Or if ring doorbells are ruining everything.
Are they? They? Yeah. Whatever happened to the privacy of your own prank?
I know.
It's
like you guys are ruining all the fun. If you want to stop the Ding Dong Ditching, you better be prepared to be out there doing something about it, not relying on your dumb cameras. All right.
Right. Yeah. Form a league. Grow up and unionize. Join forces. You can have practice where it's just like, you got like a whole bunch of like buttons mounted to like a piece of plywood, and it's like, all right, people, it's like we need to put in reps.
Right.
like bing,
maybe,
bing, bing, bing.
Or are the ring doorbells going to force like a whole new generation of like, look, if we're going to do this, we got to do it right. We got to come in perpendicular. you got to have like a complete 90-degree escape route so that the camera's not catching you at all.
Oh.
You got to stick close to the house.
You know what I'm imagining now?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, you know how like in like every single like heist movie ever, they've somehow come up with like a laser or something that like blinds the camera.
Yeah, blinds the camera.
Okay. You know, like those suction cup like bow and arrows that like it's like blop.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm thinking, you know, like from a safe like 8 feet away, you just rip a suction cup arrow and it blops right on top of the.
They're just like, archers ready.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like the person comes out and there's like 15 plastic arrows sitting on the ground.
What's happening here?
It's like, no, they were not good.
They were not good. You guys have terrible aim. No, this is bad. I give this like a 1 out of 10. You guys,
not the best.
Not the best. You can do better. I'm reporting this to the league. I'm giving you guys like I'll give you a 3 for creativity, but like this, you could do better.
Right.
I know you can hear me.
Okay, here's the thing though, like science fair it, right? Like everybody's given like the assignment, you know, or like my 8th grade middle school science fair project was called the Rube Goldberg machine, which is where you have to use like simple machines to like do an objective.
Yeah, like a chain reaction machine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which the year before me had to raise a flag. Easy.
Wow.
Easy.
No problem.
We had to launch a balsa wood airplane. You know what? Balsa wood airplanes are hard to throw with your own hand.
Right.
They're hard to like operate within its intended purpose.
Yeah.
And our teacher was like, you get 1. You ever handled balsa wood before?
She gave you 1 to work with?
She was like, you get 1, and if you break it, that's it.
What?
Yes, I know.
That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it to be ridiculous as well.
Yeah.
It was like, this is way too harsh. What do you like? We have to test it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like dropping a softball onto a mousetrap over here. Like,
right, yeah.
You know, like something's gonna break. Yeah. Anyway, not the point. The point is that like you do the ditch, but you leave like your like calling card.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's anonymous.
Oh.
But then each person that you ding dong ditch, you have to like do it in such a creative way that like you step out, you observe, you judge, you know, and then like you would like scan the QR code on like their purple little like, you know, calling card.
Yeah.
And then like you go through like on like the Google Doc or whatever.
Oh, right.
And you're sort of like creativity, execution,
right,
door press ability.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, how well did you get ditched? Fill out my survey.
Here's a survey.
This is the culture in your neighborhood. You get to the door and you're like, man, they got me. There's the card. Okay.
All right.
I don't.
It's like shaving cream.
Nah, I can see. I can see their hat over there, but yeah, you know.
Right. You know, it's like, hey,
yeah. You
Billy.
guys left footprints. I can see them.
Right.
Don't step in the mud. This is Bush League.
They're like, we're hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
Not what I meant.
Not what I meant. Don't talk back. God, you're giving. Oh, golly.
Now I know where you are.
Which is good news for me because you're right in range of the sprinklers.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, guys. That brings us to the end of today's episode of Popcorn Culture, where I feel like we really made some ground on like the future of, you know, just kind of like increasing everyday acceptability of humor.
Yeah.
You know, like we all need to just like lighten up.
Right. You know, exactly. A little bit.
Right. Like if you know what, if you lean into the turn, what does Doc Hudson say? Turn right to go left.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You know, it's like, guys, let's turn right a little bit.
Yeah. Turn into the skid. Right.
Yeah. Precisely.
Yeah.
Or left. Oh man, if you have any feedback for the show, and something tells me you do, you can send it on over to popcornculturepod@gmail.com.
Stop encouraging this.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, should we offer like a legal disclaimer? It's like, until your neighborhood has decided to come together as an HOA and promote the unionization of the Grand Ding Dong Ditch League.
Yeah. Don't ditch outside league rules. You know.
Exactly. It's like I'm not here to say that we're encouraging trespassing. You know, I guess we need to like offer full clarification. But
right.
Hopefully you've enjoyed the journey either way, you know, like, and maybe something good will come from this, even if it's not ding dong ditching.
Please tell us about your best ding dong ditch story. Okay.
Right. And it doesn't even have to be a ding dong ditch. It could just be like something that is like a ding dong ditch.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah. Like a ding dong trench.
Is that where you like ding dong and then dig a giant hole?
That's right. That's where you hide the hole. Very similar. You dig a trench. That's where you hide.
Okay, how would you grade the person who has staked out your property well enough to create a hole to hide in?
Oh man, too far, guys.
They jumped the bush. They landed a 10-foot hole. They've already got like a thatched roof above their heads.
Right? Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
there's a sofa in there.
There's a sofa.
They've run cable internet.
They've run cable. I mean, that's impressive.
Glow fiber.
At
even
some point, I'm like, how did I miss this? You know.
That's the thing.
Right. Yeah.
That's the ingenuity of it.
Yeah.
And the best part is that like once they move out, you get that trench.
Now I've got this cool trench for it.
Feature.
Property value.
That's right. Yeah. And people come in and be like, no way, is this the trench?
Yeah.
This is the one. Like
this is the trench.
It made the news.
Yeah.
Like, I know this trench.
Right.
Oh, there's a plaque. Oh, that's so cool with the date and everything and the kids, their handprints.
Hanging up right there in the dirt, you know.
That's right. Yeah. Just staked in there like a little old fence post.
Yep.
Oh man, I wonder if we've lost people today.
Probably. No, maybe not.
Anyway, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so at patreon.com/popcornculture. Otherwise, until next time.
Pop.